What's going on, everybody? A little different stream. Reacting to Selection Sunday. A little bit late. They started super fast. I had to put together my final bracketology. Already not looking the best for that. Already not looking the best for that, to be honest with you, which is disappointing. Rutgers and Notre Dame in as 11 seeds. I didn't have either of those teams in my final bracket. So that's a bit disappointing for me. Duke is a 2 seed is a shocker. I don't understand how Duke is a 2 seed. It's gonna be interesting to see which seed I had as a 2 seed that's now out. I will put my bracketology slideshow up and just reference it throughout this stream. Image slideshow. Let me put this up here. The lighting is terrible, I know. Apologies. Yeah, and I'll touch in with chat in a sec. Just give me a sec. Cool, yeah, let's put that there. And then let me hawk this. Alright, so, okay. This should be good. Duke. Where was Duke? Duke, as you can see, I had as a 3 seed. Boise State 8 was correct. A lot of people had them as a 7. So I'm happy about that. Memphis as a 9. I did have them as a 10. I'm surprised they put them as a 9 today after they lost to Houston. New Mexico State is a 12. I had them as a 13. So Vermont they put as a 13. I had as a 12. So already not looking the best. I'm hoping the rest is better. But it's not a good start for me. How do I feel about Paulo getting put in the rim? I don't know what you mean by that, Chiefin. So it has to be done before it gets officially announced. Yes, because basically my bracketology is trying to predict what the seedings are going to be, but it's an extremely inexact science, and I can show you guys some of the ratings and some of the metrics that they're supposed to look at, because that's the thing. My formula is based on all my bracketology predictions are based on a formula, which is based on a bunch of metrics that the committee is supposed to look at. And, but the committee is inconsistent in regards to seeding teams. The second number 1 seed is Arizona. No surprise there. They were my second overall number 1. You guys might be slightly ahead of me because I am watching it on YouTube TV. I actually want to be able to hear them announce this. Arizona will be playing first 4 game between Wright State and Bryant, which is the first 4 game that I had for Gonzaga. That's Wright State and Bryant as a 16 seed. So that Peter Kiss dude, if you want to see more of that guy, just as an entertainer, he's gonna play a first 4 games, so that's cool. Let me get my ring light set up. 8 seed Seton Hall, which I had as a 7. So around the 7, 8 seed lines, I'm off right now. Seton Hall, 8 seed in San Diego. They got to fly across the country for that one. They'll be playing the 9th seeded. Make sure my stream isn't paused. 9th seeded TCU. So the 8 and 9 seeds, 7, 8, 9 seeds I have missed so far, unfortunately. TCU, that's a tough team. That's going to be a good first round matchup. Seton Hall, TCU. 5 seed, you have Houston, which I also had as a 5 seed, not in this region, but the regions don't matter. I had Houston as a 5 seed there. And then the 12 seed in their region is UAB. That one's correct. Four seed Illinois. So I think I nailed it around the 3, 4, 5 seeds. I was most confident in that region anyway. 13 seed is going to be Chattanooga. That's going to be a tough game for Illinois. Chattanooga coming off that sick buzzer beater to win their conference championship. You're hardcore trying to predict the matchups. I'm trying to predict the seed lines, basically. If the matchups aren't exact, that's completely fine. Let me plug in my ring light. I'm just trying to predict what seed teams get. 6 seed Colorado State. I also had Colorado State as the 6 seed in this very region, actually. So, nailed that one. I wasn't sure about Colorado State. 11 seed is going to be Michigan, who I just moved up to a 10. That sucks. That's going to be a good matchup as well. Michigan is a team that was supposed to be one of the top teams in the country. Haven't played like it. Yeah, I want to get this ring light plugged in. Cool. 3 seed Tennessee. So that's the 2 seed that I had that is moved down to a 3. And I'm just going to be honest, that pisses me off that they're a 3 and Duke is a 2. I talked with a couple people last night. Yeah, as you can see here, I had Tennessee as a 2. I talked with a couple people last night explaining how I thought it would be absolutely ridiculous if Duke got a 2 seed over Tennessee. Tennessee won a SEC championship today. Duke lost the ACC championship to Virginia Tech. So it's just absolutely ridiculous to me that they put Duke as a 2 seed. I think it's just basically name recognition is why Duke is a 2 seed and not a 3. Ohio State is the 7 seed. I had them as a 6. So yeah, 6 through 9 is the weak point right now. Loyola Chicago 10. Nailed that one. Loyola Chicago was the 10 here. 2 seed Villanova. And 15 seed Delaware, which I also had as a 15. So 14, 15 seeds looking good for me right now. It's just that middle portion of the bracket. One other thing is I have UCLA as a 3 and Wisconsin as a 4. Consensus was opposite on that. They had Wisconsin as a 3 and UCLA as a 4. So I need UCLA to be a 3 to make up ground. This is an interesting bracket. I like both the 12 and the 13 seed in this region. UAB, Chattanooga. I think this region is pretty wide open. Obviously, it's Arizona's to win. But I like a lot of the lower seeded teams in this region. I still think Michigan has a lot of talent. Loyola Chicago, we know what they've done. I'm already picking Loyola Chicago over Ohio State because Ohio State always chokes and Loyola Chicago always seems to have some tournament success. All right, let me tune back in with chat. Predicting seeds is still hard. Hats off to you for trying. Yeah, I've been trying for years to come up with a formula that'll predict it, but it's frustrating because you'll have a situation where Tennessee is higher in literally every single metric, and they will still put Duke as a 2 seed for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I don't know how to make a formula based on the numbers that they're supposed to be looking at to determine seed lines. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that when they're going to put a team that's lower in every metric above a team that's higher than them in every metric. Does not make sense to me. So Tennessee had 7 quality wins. Or no, this is an outdated one. Let me look at this. Tennessee had 10 quality wins. Duke had 6. Tennessee was ranked 8th in net rating. Duke was ranked 13th. Tennessee was ranked 5 in BPI. Duke was ranked 11. Tennessee was ranked 8th in KenPom. Duke was rated 12. But Duke is higher in Tennessee. So that's a frustrating one for me. Seth just said Chattanooga's going to the Sweet 16. I need to connect this earbud so I can hear what they're saying because I'm curious. Chattanooga and UAB, I don't know. I like both of them. Granted, I've only watched one game of theirs each, but you know, just going off of vibes with my bracket for the most part. Duke losing to Virginia Tech didn't help most likely. Yeah, I don't understand how they lose to Virginia Tech. Tennessee beats Texas A&M, who's been hot, beat Auburn. Frustrates me. Zach said, LOL, the only reason I realized you were streaming right now is because I was watching back the stream for last night and you said you were going to be streaming at 3. Yeah. Went live a little bit late. In the middle of the first bracket. Or the first region. They reveal it region by region, so we've done 2 regions. We got 2 regions left. I don't think I'm going to get a good grade on this. Frustrated. But Spencer, honestly, like, that might be the case. Like, their draft prospects, they might just be looking at, like, oh, they got a lot of talent. But you gotta win games. Like, you gotta... Yeah. It's like, I don't know how I incorporate that into a rating system. You know, just random opinion that gets thrown into this. I don't mind Duke being the 2 seed in Gonzaga's region. I don't... Duke has talent, but they barely beat Miami. They lose to Virginia Tech. Third 1 seed, I'm predicting will be Kansas. We'll see what it is. Third overall 1 seed is Kansas. #15th number 1 seed ever. First number 1 seed since 2008, I think he said. Seems like they have had a 1 since then. Maybe I misheard him. They'll be playing winner of the first 4 Texas Southern versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. So that I had for Gonzaga. Or no, that I had against Arizona. But those two teams on the 16th seed line, they're playing Kansas. 8 seed is going to be San Diego State. I was unsure about San Diego State. I was unsure about all Mountain West teams, and it seems like I've nailed them. And those are the only teams I've nailed at this point in the bracket. Creighton is a 9 seed. I really like Creighton. I had Creighton as a 9 as well. I actually had this matchup. 5 seeds Iowa. That one's correct for me as well. So you got Creighton played well. Iowa just won the... they're in their locker room right now. They just won the Big Ten championship. Got a star in Keegan Murray. That's a really good 5 seed. They'll be playing Richmond, a 12-seeded Richmond team. I don't understand how they're seeded 12th. Added them as a 13. Oh, this isn't my fully... Where's my fully updated bracket? This was the one from this morning, which is pretty much the same. Providence is a 4 seed. And South Dakota State, oh man. As somebody that wanted South Dakota State playing in Portland, they're playing in Buffalo, New York. Complete other side of the country. That's very unfortunate. LSU's a 6 seed. And Iowa State is an 11 seed. I had Iowa State as a 9 seed. That is a dangerous 11 seed. Wisconsin is a 3 seed, so that doesn't look good for me. I had them as a 4. Wisconsin did not end this season well. This is not an easy area of the bracket for Wisconsin, though. They got LSU as a 6 and Iowa State as an 11. Colgate's a 14 seed. That's one of the 14s. That's the 114 seed I missed. It looks like might be the second, but USC's a 7 seed. And they're playing Miami. Yeah, I wasn't confident about Miami. I did have them as an 11. My final bracket knocked them up. I gotta update. Two seed is Auburn in this bracket. They struggled to end the season. They were a 1 until late. Struggles knocked them down to 2. They're going to be playing, I'm assuming, Jacksonville State? Yep, Jacksonville State it is. Let me update this. I think Iowa has a legitimate chance to make the Final Four in this region. Providence is a 4. Providence is iffy. They got blown out by Creighton to end their Big East tournament. And then Kansas versus Iowa in a toss-up, I think, is extremely close. Creighton is a 9 seed in that region as well. I think Creighton has a legitimate chance of knocking off Kansas. Yeah, I like this region for Iowa a lot. It's about as good of a draw as they could have hoped for. Tune in chat. What's going on, chat? Tori, would you ever live stream react to any of the tourney games or Gonzaga games? I might. I'm tempted to. Like, it would be fun to just chill here. You know, it's not where I'm, like, going to be talking constantly or anything. Will Simmons, they've announced 3 of the 4 regions. Yeah, it would be fun. I initially created Blazers Uprise Live so I could just do random streams like this. So... Tari Easton, Johnny Davis, Oshai Obashi, Keegan Murray, and Jabari Smith all in the same region. God, I'm still pissed off that that Duke is above Tennessee. That's so ridiculous to me. So who do we have left? We have Baylor. We have Kentucky. Has Purdue been named yet? Eric? Do you know? I forget if Purdue's been named. No, Purdue hasn't been named. So I'm assuming in this region it's 1 seed Baylor, 2 seed Kentucky, 3 seed Purdue, 4 seed UCLA. Five seeds St. Mary's. 6 seed Texas. Or... yeah, 6 seed Texas. 7 seed Murray State. Sorry if I'm spoiling it for you. Michigan State hasn't been said yet, right? They'll probably be the 8. North Carolina or San Francisco's the 9. And then the other one is a 10. And then you got like Marquette left. You got Texas A&M left. You got Davidson left. I think you still got Indiana left on the board. Xavier and Wyoming. I'm sure 1 or 2 of those have been named and I forgot, but... Baylor is the 4th number 1 seed. 16 seed, probably Norfolk State. I'm going to try and predict this whole thing. Patrick Morehouse, send me a DM. Oh, San Francisco's playing TCU? Okay, I missed San Francisco. Are you sure? I thought somebody else was playing TCU. Eighth seed is North Carolina. I think they've named Michigan State too, so I'm not entirely sure on who's left. Ninth seed's Marquette. Yeah, that's not good. North Carolina's a 9, Marquette is a 10. This portion of my bracket is a complete mess. 7 through 10 seeds is a complete mess, and I didn't have much confidence 7 through 10. St. Mary's the 5 seed. They're going to be playing in Portland. Gonzaga's playing in Portland. St. Mary's also going to be playing in Portland. UCLA is going to be their 4 seed. Wyoming, Indiana is who St. Mary's is playing. Does that mean Texas A&M misses? Huh. wonder who the 11 is then. UCLA is the 4 seed. And they're playing Akron, okay. Texas is a 6 seed. Alright, this portion of the bracket's getting a little cleaner for me. And they're playing Virginia Tech. I really like Virginia Tech in that one. I also had a Virginia Tech as an 11. So we're cleaning up a little bit here to end, but not a good run for me. Purdue's a 3. So I nailed all the 5 seeds. That's cool. And Yale's a 14 seed. Good. A lot of people had Yale as a 12 or a 13. I had them as a 14. That's at least one where I had some success with. Murray State's the 7 seed. Alright, we got some accuracy here. I had Murray State as a 7 as well. And then 10 seed is going to be... San Francisco, Murray State. I like that matchup. Good. I was worried that they might not put San Francisco in this one. So it looks like Texas A&M doesn't make it. Davidson lost today. They don't make it. Unless I missed Davidson. Did I miss Davidson? I don't know. 2 seed's going to be Kentucky, and then 15 seed's going to be... Who's left? St. Peter's, I think. Yep, St. Peter's was the team left. So I'm going to create the brackets that they have, put them up on the screen, and talk about each region. Got a lot of mid-majors in here. You got Wyoming as a 12 seed, St. Mary's as a 5, San Francisco is 10, Murray State is a 7. Big Ten gets 9 bids. They loved the Big Ten in this one. Rutgers made the tournament, which I don't agree with at all. Big East, Big Ten, SEC got 6. ACC got 5. Mountain West got 4. West Coast Conference got 3. Same as the Pac-12. The American got 2. Atlantic 10 got 2. I guess Davidson made it. I forget where they're at. Texas A&M not making it is crazy. I absolutely agree, Eric. Rutgers making it over them frustrates me. Rutgers 18-13. Rutgers is the lowest team in net rating, which is the main rating system that they use to determine the teams in the tournament. Dayton was their first one out? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the committee is just... Xavier wasn't even in their first four. They would have put in Dayton over Texas A&M. That's just ridiculous. So Rutgers is the lowest team in net rating to get an at-large berth in the tournament. They're 18-13. They do have 6 quality wins, but they're 18-13 with a 77 net rating. And they're in the tournament over Texas A&M, who was like 42nd in net rating, and beat Auburn and blew out Arkansas. Auburn's a 2 seed, Arkansas is a 4 seed. It's just that's just ridiculous to me that Texas A&M is not over Rutgers there. And that's the tough part with trying to create a formula that predicts this stuff is every year it just comes down to, like, it's just completely random to me. And I've basically based the formula that I have off of what they've done in previous years, so it's not consistent year to year either. Yeah, okay. Will Simmons, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of pissed for Texas A&M. 42nd, 22-13. They had 4 quality wins to Rutgers 6. Really don't understand that. Xavier wasn't even in their first 4. Alright, let me put these brackets together and I'll talk about them. So Gonzaga's playing Georgia State, which I had as a 16? Or I had the Georgia State as a 15. Okay. It's a little surprising to me, but that's fine. Alright, so I'm going to put this bracket together for Gonzaga's region. I'll put it up on the screen. I'll talk about it a little bit. It's going to take me a second, so give me a second. Figured Boise State would be the 8th seed in Gonzaga's region. The 9 seed is Memphis, which... I mean, if Memphis wins that game, you could have Chet versus Duran, which would be interesting. Let me put this bracket together and put it up on the screen before I start talking about it, actually. Alright, yeah. I'm just putting this together. So bear with me. There's going to be some dead air. It's all good. So Alabama's a 6 seed. They were 19-13. They had 13 losses and were a 6 seed. Doesn't really make much sense to me. Okay, Michigan State 7. I don't have a graphic for Rutgers, so it won't be up here. But they're playing Notre Dame in the first 4. Okay, Davidson's 10 seed taking on Michigan State. Yeah, I was kind of scrambling when they announced the first one. All right, we got the first bracket together. It'll be on the screen in about 30 seconds. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Let me put this up here. And make it so that it's not that big. I gotta put it on the background. Put it up here. There we go. All right. So this is the first region. Gonzaga is the top overall seed. They're playing Georgia State. And you got Boise State, Memphis. Memphis and Boise State, kind of different teams. Memphis had a lot of hype going into this year. They don't have Amani Bates anymore. I don't know if that's permanent. Let me make sure that is actually permanent. Yeah, I assume there's going to be no Amani Bates. It's kind of been a weird situation with him this year in Memphis. But they got Duren. They got Josh Minot. Two prospects to scout in this game. Josh Minot, second round guy. Duren, obviously a lotto talent guy. Memphis would be a team that scares me a little bit as a Gonzaga fan if they make it into the second round. I'm really looking forward to going to the second round, especially if Memphis is their opponent, so I can scout Duren in person. All right, some in-person scouting for once. That's something I never have really done. Then you got UConn, New Mexico State, Arkansas, Vermont. Arkansas just got blown out by Texas A&M, which they didn't put in the field. Vermont, I like. I always end up liking them. I'll have 12 and 13 seeds, but Vermont kind of dominated their conference tournament. So that's a potential 13-4 upset there. I think I like UConn. Beating New Mexico State and then beating Vermont is probably what I'll go with. 6 versus 11 seed. Alabama I didn't like as a 6 seed, and then I don't like the 2 11 seeds that made the tournament. Rutgers versus Notre Dame is that first 4 game. I didn't have a graphic for Rutgers, but Alabama I almost had an 8 seed. I have them as a 7. Alabama 18 and 13, and they get a 6 seed. That's wild to me. I could see Rutgers. I could see Rutgers or Notre Dame beating Alabama, whichever one makes it there, but I think Texas Tech makes it out as the 3 seed. And they got Michigan State Davidson, kind of a clash of styles. Duke, Cal State Fullerton. Duke has too much talent to get upset in the first round, I think, but I don't trust Duke. And it's not even really about who they play in the second round for me. They have so much talent, and it's an enigma to me. They have so much talent, but they underachieve in a lot of games. A lot of games they struggle to shoot the ball, and that's kind of a big thing, and they don't play good enough defense to really be. I don't think they're an elite defensive team. So when you couple those two things, if they have a poor shooting night, I could see them as potential second round upset, even with all their talent. That's kind of the recipe for teams to get upset, is to not have a good defensive game and to struggle to hit threes. Michigan State's obviously a well-coached team, so that could be a tough second round matchup for Duke. Overall, I think Gonzaga comes out of this bracket. Duke I had as a 3 seed. Duke has beaten Gonzaga this year, but I think there's about a 50% chance that Duke even makes it to the Elite Eight. I would probably, I don't know, Texas Tech in the Sweet 16, if that's their matchup, would be a difficult matchup. I think Vermont's a good sleeper here. That's kind of my feelings on this region. Let me know in chat what your feelings on this region are. I'll have chat up while I make the next graphic. Murray State should have had that 6 seed. I mean, mid-majors like that, it's always tough. Just because they don't play in they play in a conference that only has one bid, only one tournament team there. 7 seed, I think, is a good seed for them, but they're a team that could make a run for sure. Alabama is boom or bust. I agree with that, Will. I definitely agree with that. Alright, let me get the second region made. Okay, region number 2, you had... Gonzaga coming out of this easy. I wouldn't say easy. I think Memphis is a team that could give them a scare in the second round just because Duren up against Chet or Timmy. That's why it's nice to have 2 really good big men, because Duren can only guard one of them. But Duren is a presence. And I could see that giving Gonzaga a little bit of trouble. I'll probably have Memphis beating Boise State. But Boise State's a team that's playing well, too. Chet versus Durham would be fun to see. It would be a lot of fun to see, for sure. And hopefully Chet would win that matchup. Baylor versus Kentucky for that region winner advances to Sweet 16, you think? Do I think Baylor and Kentucky advance to the Sweet 16? I'll have to look at the region first, because I don't really trust either of those teams. I don't trust a lot of top teams, if I'm being quite honest with you. Alright, sorry, I'm just putting together this graphics. What's up, Suns Valley Pod? Every top team is suspect besides Gonzaga. I agree with that. I think, honestly, at this point, I'm trusting Arizona more and more. Will Simmons thinks Gonzaga is suspect because they lost a half to Santa Clara. That's what... They're suspect because they lost a half to Santa Clara. We're talking about, like... Look at any top team, and they've lost a game recently to a team like a Santa Clara. Except for Arizona. BYU is out. BYU is out. Yeah, I didn't... BYU did not... They didn't play good enough in conference. Yeah, San Francisco and St. Mary's are tourney teams, and Santa Clara is probably an NIT team. So yeah, I don't understand knocking Gonzaga for losing a half to Santa Clara. I'm really frustrated that Texas A&M didn't make it, man. I still am really. And then the Duke over Tennessee thing. Alright, I almost have this graphic done. What's up, Valley Pod? Thank you for the $100 dono, man. Says, thanks for all the help with the interwebs. Appreciate you, man. Been helping out Suns Valley Pod with some of their graphic stuff. And appreciate you giving a little something in return. Mac Mall, no, he didn't hit a parlay. Check out his channel. If you haven't watched his stream recently, check out the new graphics, the new thumbnails. I've been teaching Gabe Photoshop. I've been helping him evolve. He's evolving before our eyes. He just dropped a video. I didn't know Gabe knew how to drop videos. I thought he was just a streamer, but no, he's evolving. Alright, how about that? I got this ready for you guys. And I'll put it up on the screen and talk about the second region. Alright, so second region. The Arizona region. Seton Hall TCU is a good 8-9 seed game. Both those teams have had some solid moments as of late. Houston UAB, I don't trust Houston. And once again, these are just kind of my feelings on things. These aren't like based off watching each one of these teams 10 times. I have on my bracket pool 3 years in a row. So, you know, I have some success kind of picking brackets, and a lot of times it's based off watching teams once or twice and doing some research. I like, so, you know, you could say it's a gut feeling, I guess. I don't know. UAB over Houston and Chattanooga over Illinois are possibilities here. Who makes the Sweet 16 out of that pod? I think it's a toss-up between all four of them. That's a pod. I'll be shocked if it's Illinois versus Houston second round. Maybe not shocked, but I would be willing to bet it's not going to be Illinois Houston second round. Wisconsin was the highest 3 seed. How? I mean, I guess they just don't believe their own rating, like net rating. I guess that just doesn't matter to them because Wisconsin was 24, which is below San Francisco, Loyola, Chicago, Murray State, St. Mary's, Arkansas, Texas, UConn. Those are all teams that are 5 seeds or lower. So that's the thing. It's like that's supposed to be the number one ranking system that they look at. But if I make a formula based off that, it's going to have Wisconsin too low. So Wisconsin being the 9th overall seed is silly to me. Like, other metrics had them well, but yeah, they overvalued the Big Ten. That's like my post analysis for this will be, oh, I should have just boosted the Big Ten across the board. But that's the thing is Purdue was above Duke in this formula. So Duke just got a random boost. But yeah, Michigan State, I had a seed low. Ohio State, I had a seed high, though. Iowa, I had even. Wisconsin, I had a seed low. Michigan, I had a seed high. And Indiana, I had a seed high. So, like, that's the thing is how do I boost the Big Ten across the board when half the teams I had too high? Obviously, I have to look at other areas of this formula, but it just seems very inconsistent. Why is Michigan in as an 11? A lot of the metrics a lot of the metrics had them in a favorable position. Compared to some other bubble teams, they had 5 quality wins. They play in the Big Ten. Obviously, they valued the Big Ten a lot. Rutgers made it for that reason. It's still wild to me that they had Dayton as the first team out. I think I knocked the Atlantic 10 too much. So that's the thing. You have to account for conference, but I never know how much to account for conference in these ratings. That's the tough part, is I don't know how to account for conference. Because they definitely take conference affiliation into account. I don't know how to account for that in a formula-based system. I might just have to scrap it, because at this point, like, I don't know how to reflect things. But Colorado State Michigan's an interesting game. I think I probably like Colorado State there. Tennessee Longwood. I mean, Longwood's probably the best 14 seed in the tournament. So if you want to pick a 14 seed, maybe that'd be the one to pick. But Tennessee, I think, should have been a 2. I like Tennessee making it to the Sweet 16 out of here. Ohio State, Loyola, Chicago. I always pick against Ohio State, and it usually does well for me. Wasn't Ohio State the 2 seed that lost to Oral Roberts last year, if I recall correctly? My memory's hazy on that, but picking against Ohio State has always been the way to go. Let me look at this. Yeah, it was Ohio State. Yep. Picking against Ohio State's the way to go, and picking Loyola Chicago is the way to go. So, I mean, obvious pick there is just to roll with Loyola Chicago, even though their coach is gone and at Oklahoma and they missed the tournament. Villanova is the 2 seed. I think they're the most... I don't know. Villanova, I don't think, is a strong 2 seed. I was about to say I think they're the most likely 2 seed to get upset in the first round, but I'm not going to go that far with them. Arizona, I think, has a really easy path here to the Final Four. Arizona, I think, has an easier path to the Final Four than Gonzaga, to be honest with you. I don't think Seton Hall, Houston, Illinois, I don't think any of those teams give them a run for their money. And then it comes down to Elite 8. Tennessee and Villanova are both solid teams, but I think Arizona is pretty much a shoo-in for the Elite 8. And I don't know about putting Tennessee or Villanova in the Final Four, so Arizona is probably going to be a Final Four team for me. I don't try and pick chalk in my brackets. I'm just going to, I like to pick upsets. My $20 bracket pool rewards upsets, so if you want to join my $20 bracket pool, send me a DM on Twitter. This is only for people I know, so if you're randomly watching me, sorry. Not for you. Alright, let me make this third region, then I'll talk about it. It'll take a second. Alright, yeah, I just gotta put this in while I'm like replaying the stream. Or the selection show right now. I'm putting these in. That's a good first 4 game. Texas A&M, Corpus Christi versus Texas Southern. 2 Texas teams. Lots of Texas teams in the tournament. Tons of Texas teams in the tournament. Alright, let me look back and check while I'm making this. Are you doing a money tournament? Yes, there will be payouts. For probably the top 3. They have a little Chicago bracket, therefore it's automatically harder. And that's funny. Shout out the Under Armour Gamer $2 donut. Says, filling out my first bracket versus a friend. Good luck in your bracket, man. Yeah, USC Miami. That's like a classic football matchup there. Alright, I'm almost done with this third region. I'll put it up on the screen so we can discuss it. Eric, what was the rankings for the 2 seeds? If you know them. Because I'm definitely curious. What's your Discord? You want our main Discord? Is that what you're looking for? I'll post an invite in chat for our main channel Discord. Kentucky at 5, Auburn at 6, Duke at 7, and Duke was above Villanova. That's crazy. Longwood's solid. Longwood, I mean, but Tennessee's the best 3 seed in the field. Yeah, we'll set up a free one tonight. Okay, let me finish putting this together. Alright, cool. I got it ready for y'all. The third region. Kansas, and then first 4 game. San Diego State, Creighton. I really like Creighton. And I usually like to pick a 1 seed to lose in the second round. I'm going to have a hard time not picking Creighton to upset Kansas in the second round. I like Creighton. They're playing really well. Playing good basketball at the right time. I trust them to take care of San Diego State. Iowa Richmond. That's not a 12-5 upset to pick at all. I think Richmond should have been a 13 seed, maybe a 14 seed. I don't think Richmond was impressive. They had to win their conference tournament to make the tournament. Just kind of went on a bit of a run. They're playing good basketball at the right time, but I don't trust Richmond. Iowa. Iowa's probably my favorite 5 seed in the tournament. I have them coming out of this. Providence at 4 over South Dakota State. Major upset alert there. Providence did not have a hard conference schedule whatsoever. They haven't really been truly tested. They just lost by 30 to Creighton. So Creighton's the 9 seed and Providence is the 4 seed. I think Creighton's a better basketball team than Providence. That's probably a good 13 seed upset to pick. I mean, I think Iowa versus Creighton Sweet 16 is might be a trendy pick there. 6 seed LSU versus 11 seed Iowa State. Iowa State's been inconsistent, but they have 9 quality wins. That's the thing, is Rutgers made the field as an 11 seed despite being 18-13 because they had 6 quality wins. But then Iowa State has 9 quality wins, is 20-12, and they're also an 11 seed. Which doesn't make any sort of sense to me. Doesn't make any sort of sense to me. So Iowa State's the best 11 seed in this field. Iowa State LSU is a toss-up. Wisconsin Colgate. I don't know how I feel about Wisconsin. But, they take care of business with Colgate, I think, and then probably win in the second round, too. USC Miami, and then Auburn Jacksonville State. I don't trust Auburn. Whichever team wins between USC and Miami, I think will give Auburn a run, but Auburn might be the most likely 2 seed to get upset. I do not trust Auburn. If Jabari Smith doesn't have a good game, watch out. And I know he's constantly has good games, but they have shoddy guard play, and they shoot 30% from 3. Those are the 2 biggest things to look at, in my opinion, for teams potentially getting upset in the NCAA tournament. So, Auburn, questionable there. This region's wide open. Wide open. Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time picking this region. Anyway, that's the 3rd region. Let me make the 4th one. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this region, by the way. Alright, let me start making this 4th bracket. That's not 2 L's, Jackson. That's a U. You can't tell that's a U? Greg, I agree. I mean, LSU could be good. I just don't like the Iowa State's their matchup. Auburn. I've heard it both ways. I don't know. Alright, so it was Baylor, Norfolk State. Agbaji versus Murray would be fun, I agree. I think Kansas has a hard time getting out of the second round if they face Creighton. And my picks will probably be completely different by the time my bracket's done. Once I look into some teams more. But this is just kind of my initial thoughts. Alright, let me start putting this in. San Diego State Creighton was actually like the one matchup I had predicted that I got right. So that's cool. Alright, sorry, I'm putting together this final region. UCLA is going to be playing in Portland, which is interesting. Because I'm going to go watch the second round, so could be watching UCLA versus St. Mary's, which would be cool. Oh, I don't have a Yale graphic either. Dang, I thought I made a... Did I really not make a Yale graphic? I thought I had Yale in the tournament before. No, I don't have a Yale graphic. Okay. I can make a Yale graphic in like 3 minutes. Shoot, I'll even stream me making the Yale graphic. Why not? Yeah, here we go. Whoops. Yep, boom, there's Yale. Cool. Which one was I editing? That one? Yeah. I forgot the part. Pause the selection show on the bracket. Okay, let me go back. Murray State was here. San Francisco. Oops, I didn't mean to resize that. San Francisco was here. And then we had Kentucky, and we had St. Peter's. And that was what? Indianapolis. Yeah. Indianapolis, Indiana, and then we had what? Cool. All right. All right. So, Region 4 done. There we go. What? What? Huh? Okay, Brett Favre. Why did he retire if he's gonna unretire? Alright, well that's interesting. Brady Twitter? I mean, I'm looking at Tom Brady trending on Twitter. Trending on Twitter. Dude, that's hard to say. Trending on Twitter. That's crazy. He wanted to get 2 retirement parties. Yeah. All this just to lose to Trey Lance and Deebo Samuel. Let's go, Greg. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, Tom Brady was like, oh, college basketball is getting a ton of shine today. I want some attention. I'm going to unretire. Why would he retire if he's going to unretire? I don't understand why. Doesn't really make sense to me. But Tom Brady's back. Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to finish up talking about this region. Then I'm going to, get off this stream. Baylor... Oh, wait, no. That's a mistake. Creighton and San Diego State should not be there. Let me fix that. I forgot to fix that. Whoops. It was North Carolina Marquette. That's wild that he unretired, man. What the hell? Alright, there we fixed that. Cool. So Baylor I don't trust, but North Carolina Marquette I don't trust to beat Baylor. So Baylor Sweet 16 probably. St. Mary's versus Indiana or Wyoming. I don't know. UCLA. UCLA did it last year in the tournament. Like, but Johnny Juzang was on fire. I don't trust them to go on the same sort of run, but I probably have them in a Sweet 16. Them versus Baylor is going to be interesting. I don't know where I'm going to go there. You got Texas, Virginia Tech. I like Virginia Tech there. It sucks that Virginia Tech's next to Purdue because Purdue's my favorite 3 seed and or one of my 2 favorite 3 seeds. And Virginia Tech's my favorite 11. But Virginia Tech, I like going into this tournament. They're going to be a problem. I don't know what to do with this. This is going to be the hardest region to pick. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Absolutely no idea. Okay? No freaking clue. Murray State, San Francisco, and then Kentucky, St. Peter's. I don't know, man. I do not know with this region because I don't really like Kentucky a whole lot either. But Virginia Tech, I don't know who's going to be my Final Four out of this region. I don't want to go Baylor. I don't like putting 3 1 seeds in the Final Four. I always hold myself to 2 max. But I don't know, man. Purdue I like if Jaden Ivey has a good tournament. But he could easily have a bad tournament too, and they could lose in the second round. Yeah, this one's a tough one. So, you got... Let me go back and talk about, like, prospect matchups. So, there's really not a lot of top prospects in this region. Region 1, you could have a Duran, Chet Holmgren second round. That would be intriguing. Duke obviously has a lot of prospects. Michigan State, you got Max Christie. Davison, you got that, I don't know how to say his name, but that Hyunjung Lee shooter. Sniper 6'7". The second region, Arizona, obviously, Matherin, Koloko. Colorado State has David Roddy. You can watch 2 second round forward prospects that the Blazers could target in that first round with Colorado State and Michigan. Michigan has Caleb Houston. Colorado State, David Roddy. David Roddy I like as a sleeper. And then Tennessee, Kennedy Chandler is kind of their one NBA prospect. Ohio State, you got Malachi Branham I need to watch because people are high on him. And then EJ Liddell, and Villanova is kind of just I don't know. They don't have a NBA prospect that is on many big boards that I see. So the third region is the region with a lot of NBA talent. Kansas, you got Agbaji, you got Christian Brown. Iowa, you got Keegan Murray. LSU, Tari Eason. Wisconsin, Johnny Davis. USC, you got Isaiah Mobley. Auburn, you got Jabari Smith. Let me know if I missed anybody. Just kind of rattling through those teams. This is my favorite region of the bracket. This is going to be a fun region for sure. I am going to enjoy this region. And then fourth region, you got Sohan and Kendall Brown for Baylor. Juzang, Jaime Jaquez for UCLA. Justin Lewis for Marquette, I guess. He's a fringe draft pick. Jaden Ivey for Purdue. Kentucky, you got Ty Washington. That could be an interesting Sweet 16 matchup. So, yeah. Purdue last region. I don't like... If they're... I don't know. Purdue feels like a good pick, but they also feel like the type of team where it's like, oh yeah, they're a good 3 seed to take on a run, and then Jaden Ivey struggles and they end up losing the first or second round. Will Simmons, Roddy is a 3. Roddy just needs to lose a little bit of weight. He's fine as a 3 in my opinion. Iowa or Wisconsin. I don't know how I feel about Wisconsin. Picking my bracket is gonna be hard. I'm gonna drop a filling out my bracket video on the main channel, Blazers Uprise. So definitely go and watch that. Unless you're in my bracket pool or plan on being in my $20 bracket pool, if that's the case, please hold off on watching that until Thursday, until the tournament, the first round is underway. Not the first four, the first round. He's 6'5", 6'6"-ish. So yeah, anyway, this has been my reaction to Selection Sunday. We'll see what the final grade on my bracket... Actually, I could do my bracketology grade right now. Screw it, I'm going to do it right now. I really struggled on 9 seeds. 9 and 10 seeds were my downfall. Yeah, they're definitely my downfall. South Dakota State and Vermont. Okay. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my bracket. I'll let you know how my bracketology did, then I'll wrap up this stream. St. Peter's was a 15, huh? Yeah. Where was Cal State Fullerton? Were they in the first region? Am I tripping? Oh, they're playing Duke? Okay. Yeah, so they were in the first region. Okay, yeah, I did have them. Okay. I was tripping. I felt like I hadn't seen them. Alright, I'll have my grade in about 30 seconds. 343. It's very average, I think. It's my second highest score, almost my highest. I felt like I did bad, but I did better than last year. So this is my 6th year I've done it. This is my rankings. The higher, the better. Or this is the amount of points that I got for accuracy for my bracketology. All right, so starting back in 2016, I had 315, 2017 312, 2018 331. 2019 346, 2021 325, this year 343. So it's probably average. CBS Sports, Jerry Palm had 343 last year. It's going to be interesting to see where the average mark is. anyway. Fullerton's who Duke is playing. A&M got snubbed, I agree. Absolutely agree. Anyway, that's my reaction to Selection Sunday. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you want to join my $20 bracket pool, I have to have some familiarity with you. So, but DM me on Twitter, message me on Discord, or email me blazerpress@gmail.com if you want to be in our $20 bracket pool. I will send out info later tonight with on that. And yeah, this is a wrap for this one. I'll catch you later as always. Peace out. Go Blazers.